But there is a material that created God. What makes God God is self-control. But the material that formed God, okay, everything has a source. Everything was created. What created God? What came together and created God? What came together? If everything was created, what created God? Who is God? What made up of God? What is the material? Because if I'm about to create water, there are materials that created water. Because everything has a beginning. This is what scientists has failed to discover, the beginning of God. The beginning of God is love. 1 John 4:8. He that loveth not, knoweth not God, for God is love. Simple, full stop. God is what? Love. Which, if I said Prophet David is Rauf and add full stop, that is it. God is love. Which means these are the materials that made up of God. John is telling us that it is impossible for you to relate with God if you don't know how to love. Any man who hates and still prophesy from another spirit. I can stand on that every day. Any man who hates and still prophesy with another spirit. It is impossible to hate and prophesy from God's realm. It is highly impossible. It has never happened. It cannot happen. It's not possible. There is a realm we prophesy from, and that realm is the realm of love, because that is where God lives. The realm of God is not in the realm of the spirit. It is in the realm of love. Outside love, there is no fellowship with God. You cannot access the voice of God outside love. It is not possible. Love is the very nature of God. Look at this. Exodus 33 verses 18. The Bible says, and he said, I beseech thee, show me thy glory. I beg you, show me your glory. Here you need to understand that Moses was not just asking to see the power of God. What do you mean by power? Forget about it. There's difference between glory and power. Show me your glory. If it is power, what miracle did Moses see? He saw a bush burning and a voice spoke through the bush. In his own eyes, he saw sticks turning to snakes. By the finger and the instruction of God. Moses, water turned to blood. The whole world was full of darkness. Frogs came from nowhere. There was no miracle. The Red Sea was divided into two. They passed through on the dry ground. Why would a man be telling God to show him his power after seeing this power? He said, glory, show me your glory. And then in Exodus 34 verses 6, the Lord told Moses, you stand, I will pass by, and when I'm passing by, you shall see my glory. I want to tell you what my glory is. In Exodus 34 verses 6, and the Lord passed by before him and proclaimed, the Lord God, merciful and gracious, long-suffering, abundant and in goodness and in truth. These are the attributes of love. God was telling Moses the materials that came together to meet him. He was passing by and said, the Lord God, what you requested, I'm telling you, the Lord God, merciful, that is the attribute of love. Gracious, attribute of love. Long-suffering, attribute of love. Goodness, attribute of love. Truthfulness, attribute of love. He said, these are the materials that came together to create me. And that is love. So what makes God God is self-discipline. And what created God is love. He told Moses what came together to make him. And that was love. If we go back to Galatians 5:22, we see them long-suffering, gracious, goodness. These are the attributes of love. And then 1 Corinthians 30 verses 4. God is what? Love. So to be in the spirit is to be in love. That is why a man of God who don't love the wife yet prophesy accurately should be investigated. Something is wrong. You can have issues. Now, not loving your wife is different from having issues with your wife.